You have a great legal mind. You're a constitutional scholar. You were the chief of staff to Ronald Reagan's Attorney General, Ed Meese. You know a lot about the law. Let's get your take on the law, specifically in this case and this indictment.
Well, first of all, one of the things on top of everything else is there has to be an underlying crime, right, Sean? People are saying, well, what is it? I'm saying, well, what underlying crime did Donald Trump commit? He didn't commit any underlying crime, and he wasn't charged with any underlying crime. He wasn't charged with federal election violations, even though that's not the jurisdiction of the DA. There's nothing here, but I want to get into something here. Donald Trump is a historic figure, or they wouldn't be doing this. They wouldn't be doing this. There wouldn't have been a January 6th committee. There wouldn't have been a Mueller criminal investigation. There wouldn't have been 2 phony impeachments. Listen to this, America. There wouldn't have been a warrant, which is inexcusable, an unconstitutional warrant in my view, an FBI SWAT team sent to his home. There have been, in the course of the last few months, 5 grand juries controlled by Democrats. Over what? You would have thought this man took money from the communist Chinese. You would have thought his son took money from the communist Chinese. You would have thought he's the criminal of the century. What exactly did he do? So they had to concoct all these phony crimes because he didn't do anything. So the Manhattan DA should be disbarred, not only because of the way he campaigned, because you know what? This is crap that a pre-law student shouldn't even put in front of a damn judge. That's number one. Number two, Letitia James in Albany looking for crimes and then goes after civil suits. She's another one who should be disbarred for the way that she campaigned. The legal profession is an embarrassment right now. The judges are a humiliation right now. They need to get their ass in gear and get their act together and get this country back instead of giving a rubber stamp to all this behavior. That's number one. We have a Democrat attorney general in New York, a Democrat DA in Manhattan, a Democrat DA in Atlanta, a Democrat appointed by the Democrat attorney general for the Biden administration in Washington, D.C. What's going on here? This party wants to change the Supreme Court. They want to change the Senate. They want to eliminate the filibuster rule, eliminate the Electoral College. They're attacking the First Amendment. They want to eliminate the Second Amendment. They're violating the Fourth and the Fifth Amendment. You know what this is? This is tyranny. Now, Donald Trump is a historic figure. You think if he was Mitt Romney, they'd give a damn? No. No. You think if he, frankly, was a Bush, that they'd give a damn? No. Look at Trump today. He gives his speech at Mar-a-Lago. This is a man who's committed to fighting these abuses, who's committed to fighting these Marxists, who's committed to fighting the tyranny. He talks about securing the border. They don't want to secure the border. He talks about sound money. They don't want sound money. He talks about building up the military. They want a woke military. He backs the cops. They hate the cops. And I could go on and on and on. Look what he did to our economy. Look what he did with energy independence. He was supposed to be Barack Obama's third term with Hillary Clinton, and he stopped them. And this is payback. And they're not going to give up. We, the American people, need to stand behind this guy. There's not another Republican that I can think of who can fight back and fight back this way. I can't think. I like others. I really do. I think some of them would be great presidents. But at this time, at this moment, with these American Marxist movements taking over, with Soros funding these prosecutors, crime up the wazoo, he's the guy, and they know it.
What's up, guys? It's your boy, Benny Mark Levin, laying down the gauntlet and saying, disbar Alvin Bragg for this trash. And he's not the only one. I mean, it is wild to read stories like this from super liberal Axios, right? So this is like left-wing propaganda site saying, Alvin Bragg's ambitious Trump indictment. This is the best way they can possibly frame it. The alleged cover-up is Bragg's reasoning for charging Trump with 34 felonies rather than misdemeanors. In order to convict, Bragg will need to prove Trump tried to conceal crimes that he has not been charged with and that are not actually named. What? How are you bringing charges against someone when you can't even name the charges? I don't get it. I'm not a lawyer, but this seems banana republic to me. BANANAS. Curious omission in Donald Trump's indictment, the specific federal law Trump violated. So here's the actual indictment, and it doesn't say that he violated any law. If Donald Trump broke the law, why didn't he mention what law that Donald Trump broke? Man, we are reaching scary, scary times. Part of the reason why we have an increasingly politicized legal system is that the lawyers and the judges are getting dumber. It's not that they're political and acting politically. It's that the notion of objective justice is something they don't understand. Nailed it right there. Barr reports in his memoirs that despite his campaign rhetoric, Trump did not push for Hillary's prosecution because he knew it would be bad for the country. Those taking glee in what's happening now do not have such scruples. That distinction of being even pettier than Trump. This from somebody who is avowedly anti-Trump. And speaking of being vicious and petty, Alvin Bragg asked yesterday, what exactly are you charging him with?
Mr. Bragg, the indictment says that there were 34 false business records. And they would then conceal another crime, but the indictment does not specifically say what those crimes were. We are assuming, perhaps, that they might be election-related. I'm wondering if you can specify what laws were also broken.
Sure. So let me say as an initial matter that the indictment doesn't specify that because the law does not so require. In my remarks, I mentioned a couple of laws, which I will highlight again now.
But why weren't there those crimes charged? Why wasn't he charged with those crimes?
Well, I'm not going to go into our deliberative process on what was brought. The charges that were brought were the ones that were brought. The evidence in the law is the basis for those decisions.
Say, hold up, wait a minute, something ain't right.
Okay, that doesn't seem like the way things are supposed to work around here, where you charge someone and you can't say what law that they broke. Andrew McCabe, former deputy FDA director, fired by Trump, calls Bragg's indictment disappointing on CNN due to the lack of legal theory, tying the misdemeanor to a felony. Another person who said that is somebody who's running against Donald Trump for president.
Big picture, what do you think of the indictment?
Well, speaking as someone who very strongly does not want Donald Trump to get the Republican presidential nomination, I'm extraordinarily distressed by this document. I think this is even weaker than I feared it would be. And I think it's easily subject to being dismissed or a quick acquittal for Trump.
Oh, a quick acquittal and being dismissed. Yes, but what have you done here? You've awakened the sleeping dragon. What happened yesterday should jolt the Republican Party and wake them up to the dangerous reality we live in. It's Trump today, but it could be any of us tomorrow. Because, well, you know, if they're going to use this as new law, they'll come after every single member of Congress. You realize they'll go after every single Republican now. Because this is going to now stand as the precedent. So any personal expense will now be seen as a campaign violation. It's insane. They'll be able to impeach every member of Congress, put every member of Congress who's a Republican in prison. That's what they're going to do next. Republicans can no longer be the party of the country clubs and comfort zones that never truly fight the issues or our enemy. Marjorie Taylor Greene, somebody who truly is a fighter. Saying it right there. Mark Levin tossing the indictment, calling for Alvin Bragg's disbarment. Absolute in fuego. That's the energy you need if we're going to save America. Fighting to save America with you, it's your boy Benny. See ya. Thank you for watching. Our channel is here to meme the libs until they cry and then to meme them crying. Their tears, they taste just like sweet, delicious ice cream. Salty, too. We ridicule the establishment and the libs because of you. Your support keeps us going. So if you like what you saw, please punch the subscribe button, click like, and ring the little bell so that you know when we're live. Don't you want to know when we're live? And make sure that you subscribe to our email list just in case the plug gets pulled, as tends to happen. If you want to see more of our videos, click here or here. My name is Benny Johnson. Stay free, base patriots.